morning, everybody. Welcome to an important session. I'm Pavan, Botany faculty in Physics Wala Vidyapeeth. Today, we're going to discuss very important issues that are concerned with your NEET preparation. As you know, we are almost 100 days, towards the exam. One should have right now figured out where they are, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, and where they need to put more preparation time. All the things might be coming to a conclusion, and there will be another set of students where they are all over the place. So it is for all those students who have a plan, and for all those students who don't have a plan, it is useful for all the students. I'm going to discuss the last 100 days strategy for your NEET 2025. You might be wondering, so we already have a plan that we've been running for last 8 months, 9 months, a year, and so on and so forth. But believe me, there are many students who has no clue and they are anxious or nervous how to take it forward from here onwards. There are two kinds of students, two sects of students. That is, one is the 12th class students and the other one is the droppers, or the so-called the long-term students. And there is a different set of pressures for these two different set of students. One set of students is writing their 12th standard, so they have their board exam, and the other set is they already given 1 or 2 times exam. There is a pressure of performing, and for some two students this will be a last attempt, so everybody is under pressure. So let's go through this planning video, then it will give you clarity, and clarity is directly proportional to the confidence, and confidence will make path towards your success. Let's see. You might be wondering what is the difference between a plan and a strategy. Plan can be very vague, but whereas a strategy is goal oriented, it is very objective oriented. That means it is designed in a meticulous, stepwise plan where you can achieve your goal or your final destination where you want to reach in terms of your NEET exam preparation. So without any waste of time, let's jump into the video. If you're wondering, this video is all about what time you have to wake up, how much time you need to spend for your NEET, physics, chemistry. You're wrong. I'm not going to discuss any of those things, because students who will take, for example, molecular basis of inheritance, a student can take 2 hours, whereas the same chapter by other student, it will take 3 to 4 hours for that particular student to get complete command over that particular chapter. So that means day-to-day planning is very subjective. That means it changes from person to person. I'm not going to discuss all those things. Rather, I'm going to give a bird's eye view of a complete 100-day strategy, that how you need to prepare for your exam in an overall sense. So without any delay, let's jump into the video. So let's see, where are we? Where is our status? As I told you, we are just 100 days away from the exam. Where are you right now in terms of your preparation? Where is your status in terms of the preparation? Some students might have given complete reading of the NCERT by now. Some might be halfway through, some might be 75%, some they are okay with bio, they are struggling with physics, and some will be struggling with chemistry. So where is your status? Rather, what is your status? One should jog it down, one should write it down, that in bio I have covered this much, in physics I have covered this much. You need to be very specific and honest in terms of determining your status. For example, there might be a students who might have been completed their 11th or the vice versa, or they might be done, they might be completed halfway through both 11th and 12th. So honestly, you can determine your status where you are right now. And some students, okay, they'll be running behind those fascinating authors, 10 years, 20 years of NEET preparation books, and they will completely ignore the importance of NCRT. You should stick to NCRT. And when I say the status, it is not just about sitting down and reading NCRT pages of pages. Okay, it has to be done in a strategic manner. One should read the NCRT, okay, and immediately do your questions based on that particular chapter, either in the form of your DPP or in the form of our modules. Me being a biology teacher, I would categorically, with 100% confidence, I can say that you need not run behind those books, okay, or those fancy questions online. We have more than enough questions in our DPPs and modules. Solve them, that is more than enough. Trust me in that particular aspect. So, when you are reading a particular chapter from NCRT, which might be taking 2 to 3 hours, okay, immediately one should go into the question solving mode. It has to be done in a stretch. After doing the questions, go back and read the NCRT once again, but this time it will not take 2 to 3 hours. Rather, you can complete in 40 to 50 minutes the entire chapter. So, if you can do this in a particular cycle, what happens is whatever you have prepared so far by spending 2 to 3 hours on a particular chapter, it will be strongly, okay, in a concrete manner, it will be fixed in your subconscious mind. So, that is the importance of doing this in a cycle, not like reading a particular chapter in the morning from 7 to 8, and then I will do the questions around 12 p.m. and then I will read the NCRT of that particular chapter once again, okay, somewhere around evening. It will not work. If you want to have a good status in terms of your preparation on a good level, you should do this on a particular cycle in one single stretch. Unless and until you do this, it's not just for biology, it's for every subject, every chapter. If you do this in a continuous stretch, believe me, your preparation will be foolproof. It is 100%. Okay, I hope you have the clarity right now. If you can do this in the proper stretch, your status in terms of preparation, you will get clarity that yes, these chapters are done, 100% confident enough. And if you can do this day to day on each and every chapter, that your status in terms of confidence level will build up. Okay, when there is clarity, when there is confidence, nobody can stop you, and no matter what kind of questions will turn up, you'll be ready to face the challenge. And moving further, okay, how to distribute this 100 days is a challenge. And this is what I told you, that it is a strategic planning video that you'll be watching. See here, the 100 days can be divided into 3 slots. That is the first 60 days, then the next 30 days, and the last 10 days. In the first 60 days, you need to focus on your NCRT and revising, not just for biology, even for your chemistry, not just for biology, even for your chemistry and physics as well. You have to stick to NCRT. As I told you, okay, yes, you heard me right. Okay, NCRT lately for last 3 to 4 years, I have observed very personally that even in chemistry, 80 to 85% of the questions in the last 3 to 4 years, he's sticking on to the NCRT. So NCRT is the key in your preparation. So in this last 60 days of your preparation, one should focus on NCRT. When I say revising, not just simply going through, finding out the years, marking out the years, finding out the diagrams, what is the inference that we're going to draw from the diagrams. Believe me when I say so, there is so much of information underneath the description of the diagram. Not just the diagram, underneath the description of the diagram. Most of the times, students ignore what is being written underneath the diagram as a description. That's where many questions will turn out. So, while you are preparing, one part of the book should be years, scientists, the other part of the book should be questions based on the diagrams. You need not have a very fancy book or a record type of it. Just make a rough note of everything that you are writing down or scribble it down. So that would bring you more clarity in your preparation. And the next 30 days is for your mock test. Very, 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 very important is to give the test. No matter how beautifully you are prepared, okay, the result of your preparation or how beautifully you have prepared, to know that how good is your plan, how good was your preparation, is in terms of writing the exam. While writing exam, you should be able to recollect the pictorial or the imagination. The NCRT pages should pop out in front of you while you are answering the question. That should be your preparation level. So 60 days, okay, give for entirely for the preparation. That means while preparing, you need to do that DPPs and module questions as well. Okay, not just simply flipping on the pages. That is not of any use. So when I say revising, it is not just reading, as I told you in the previous slide, that read NCRT, do the DPPs, and go back and read the NCRT in a single stretch. What is the importance of that? You can eliminate your mistakes. Okay, when you are reading the second time, you read the NCRT not as a learner, rather as a teacher, rather as a question paper setter. So your analysis changes. So do that revision, not just simply reading. And in the last 10 days, you shouldn't, listen carefully, you shouldn't touch any new topic at all. Stick to the old preparation, okay, that you have already completed. No new topics at all, okay. And avoid, as I told you, avoid new topics and prioritize revision once again. So in this last 10 days, you will be so much, okay, in that mojo or in that preparatory mode. It will not take much time to read NCRT. Just you can flip on while you are preparing in these 60 days. You might have written some important points, you may have jotted down something, so focus on those things. Okay, it is very, very important that you shouldn't touch any new topics in the last 10 days, because it is going to disturb your entire setting which you have already prepared. So please avoid new topics and stay away from any gossip at all. Okay, that the exam schedule is going to change. Okay, they are going to do that. This is going to happen. That is going to happen. If at all anything is there, the institution that wherever you are preparing, they will let you know officially. Stay away from social media. Stay away from any gossip mongering. Very important to have a peace of mind in that last 10 days of your preparation. Next is NCRT. Okay, so many students ask me, so is there any hack? Is there any hack, okay, to crack the NEET? I would say there is a secret, but don't tell anybody. The secret is NCRT, NCRT, NCRT. Nothing else. If you have mastery over NCRT, your, okay, position in terms of that government medical school Nobody can take it away. All you need is NCRT, nothing else. Okay, read NCRT religiously, read NCRT in a strategic manner, read NCRT in a critical manner. One should have a pictorial representation of NCRT pages in your mind. So, no matter how many books you bought from your stores online, that or secondary, the primary source should be your NCRT. And not just for biology, even for chemistry and physics. And chemistry lately, he's sticking on to the NCRT itself. One might have observed closely, even you can talk to your chemistry teachers, he's sticking on to the NCRT. So, for biology, the thorough read of NCRT line by line, and you need to highlight the importance. Okay, and especially in biology, I'm saying, in biology, whenever you're reading, you need to focus on specific words like so, like therefore, like hence, so on and so forth. These terms would come up in your assertion and reasoning statement based questions. So you have to be very careful with these terminologies. Wherever these terminologies come, okay, you need to slow down and read once again the statement before and after these words. That would bring so much of clarity while you are preparing for your NEET examination. Sure. Next is prioritize your high yield topics. So, first, easy to understand and high scoring topics. By now, one should have a clarity, okay, which are the high weighted chapters, which are not so. But in my sense, every chapter is important. So, if you have seen the weightage in the last 10 years, it has been, okay, a roller coaster for every chapter. It is not, okay, specific weightage for any chapter. So every chapter has its due importance, and you need to give your due diligence to that particular chapter. But when you open a particular chapter, you divide the chapter into the easy, the medium, and the tough topics, and then thereon put your work accordingly. In my sense, 70 to 80% of the chapter, any chapter of biology, comes under the easy to medium category. So you will not have much of, okay, trouble in reading those topics. So easy to understand and high scoring topics, you need to have a very good mastery over them. And then difficult to understand and high scoring topics. So while you are reading these particular topics, okay, sit along with your friends who has a common goal. For example, okay, there might be a friend who is really good with this particular topic. Take their help. Take the help of your teachers first. If your teachers is not available, okay, if you are not comfortable, you can sit down with your peers, okay, or with your fellow mates and discuss with them, okay, ponder upon it, so have a proper clarity. And difficult to understand, okay, and moderate score. So you need to prioritize the high yielding topics like this. Therefore, you will have a clarity of, okay, on a next chapter, that these are the topics that I'm really good at, and these are the topics I'm moderately good, and these are the topics that I'm not good. So I need to spend a little bit more time on those topics where your confidence level is not that great. Clear? Move on. So what should be the focus? Okay, on practicing and testing. So imagine your, okay, time as 100% or 10 hours or 9 hours in a day you are preparing. 50% of your time should go for your revision. 50% of the time should go for your revision, and 30% of your time should go for your testing. Okay, 50% for your preparation, that is reading, revising, and 30% of your time should go for testing on that particular topic. You might be wondering, where is that 20% gone? Many students have been teaching for a while right now. Many students, they give the exam. Once they're done with the exam, they'll go through the key and keep the paper aside. No, that is not the right way to do at all. Once you're done with the exam, you should go through what are the questions that you've gone wrong with and what is the reason. You need to figure it out. That means you have to do your paper analysis. You don't need anybody. You have to be very honest, okay, while you are analyzing your paper after the exam. Keep the key, okay, first do the correction, and later on find out the questions that you gone wrong with and figure it out why you gone wrong with. Have you struggled between two options? Have you struggled between three options? You didn't have the clarity of that particular topic during preparation. If you don't know the answer at all, that means out of four you don't have clue. That means you haven't read the topic properly at all, or you didn't understand the question at all. If you're struggling, okay, among three options, that means your preparation is lagging. If you're struggling between two options, that means you read the topic, you understood the question, but fine preparation is required. You should have spent a little bit more time on that particular topic. So that is what paper analysis is. So immediately you need to flip to that page in the NCERT and figure out where you went wrong. This has to be done in a very brutally honest manner. Unless until you do this, you are short of your preparation. Believe me, if this is what is going to take you to that success, that means only you are at 80%. Okay, if you do the revision and the exam, if you don't do this 20% of your paper analysis, you're short of your preparation. You're not there. This is very crucial in your preparation. So I hope once you're done with your exam, you will give proper paper analysis, honest, brutally honest. Sometimes you might have got some questions correct by fluke, and you should be honest enough to accept them as well. And here is an important slide, that many of the biology students struggle with physics. Physics is a big deal. Physics is either make or break situation in your NEET preparation. I'm a biology student as well, so I know what sort of problems you undergo while you are preparing for your physics. But if you have a proper strategic planning, okay, scoring in physics is not that difficult. There are my students, I'm not going to name them. There are some students who are really good with biology, scoring 340, 350 on an average, okay, week after week in the exam. And chemistry, they are doing around 100, 120, and physics, you'll not believe, 20, 30 is their scores. See this slide over here. This slide is prepared by going through the last 10 to 12 years of the paper, and this is the analysis that is made. If you see over here, 66% of the questions is from, okay, theory based, result based, very simple calculation based questions. So out of 45 questions, nearly 30 questions, that is 66 percentage of your questions, are simply result or theory based questions. I hope this brings a lot of joy, okay, while you are hearing this. Competitive exams is all about cracking the data, understanding the data, understanding the exam pattern. If you don't know what you're going to get in, Okay, obviously, okay, succeeding in that, is very submissimal. If you understand the strategy of the exam, if you understand what is the reason that this exam is being conducted in that particular manner, okay, cracking that particular competitive exam will not be that particular difficult. So from the data, what we have inferred is 66 percentage of the questions are theory based, okay, or simple, very minute calculation based, whereas the 22% are moderate questions where you need calculation and complex algebra, and 10%, nearly 10 to 11% of the questions are from high order mathematics. So for my lovely dear students who are struggling with physics in 20 and 30 marks category, here is a good news for you. So you can easily score, okay, 80 marks, 100 marks in physics as well if you apply the strategy. See, figure out the questions. How many of them are simply theory based or on a result based, on a concept based? Okay, I hope this would bring so much of joy to all those physics, okay, people who has physics phobia. And this is the last, okay, but not the least, very very important. If you are listening, if you are my student in the classroom, you would automatically connect with this slide that I keep on saying. Consistency is the key. Having a specific routine is very important. What goes inside is what we are. Eat routine same food every day. Don't get disturbed by the noise that goes around. No partying, no functions, okay, no movies. Halt everything for 100 days. After May 4th, all the time is yours. You can do whatever you want to do. But having a stable, sound mind and body is very, very important. Have a balanced routine. Not just today I prepared 14 hours, 15 hours, and tomorrow you're drained, you are prepared only for 2 hours. That's not going to work out. Have a very, very balanced preparation routine and stay motivated and positive. To do that, figure out a teacher or a lecturer who brings joy, or who brings, okay, the best out of you, who motivates you, who says, who can tap on your shoulder, pat on your shoulder and says you are there, you can achieve. So try to surround yourself with people like that. Stay away from naysayers, stay away from negative thinking people, stay hundreds to kilometers away from those people, because they will bring down your spirit. Okay, stay always motivated. I'm sure it is difficult. Okay, you need to motivate every day, just like we use soap every day to clean ourselves. You should motivate yourself. There is no other way. Find out what is your way to get motivated. Talking to somebody, reading something, okay, or taking that evening stroll or morning stroll, watching that sunset or sunrise, whatever it is. Get motivated, stay positive all the time. Health and well-being is important. The physical health also have so much of role. Imagine you gone out for eating, okay, and your stomach got upset, and you'll face that for 2 to 3 days, and that will have an impact on your preparation cycle as well. Eat simple routine food, okay, whatever is fulfilling, whatever is soul filling, okay, whatever is nourishing your body, eat them. Don't run behind the fast food, don't eat anything outside. Okay, staying healthy is very very important as well. And as I told you, find out that group of people who has got the same goal, same aspiration, same dream like you. Okay, surround yourself with people like them. That will lift your spirits all the time. So I hope, okay, whatever you have listened for last 10 to 15 minutes is going to be helpful, and this slide particularly is very very important. Most of the students undermine this, but I've seen in practically in my classrooms that they struggle physically as well, because they are not giving importance to their health and the food that they eat. So thank you very much for listening, and all the best.